Xifer. So I think on Xifer's view, he just denies that God is all good. So
Oh, is that the case?
yeah,
Bro, what, dude, no. By the objective standard, God is all good. By the standard you put up, by your arbitrary standard, yeah, sure, God's not all good by your arbitrary standard that you've made up. God, if I define all good and what the entailment of being omnibenevolent would entail is that all you do is eat peanut butter crackers on Sunday, there's no contradiction there. So by my standard of, if I have like an objective standard,
So what is he just saying? Like cancer is good?
I don't know. He
so he
was
doesn't
stating
think
something
that he
about
does not.
objective
So
standards.
he doesn't think God is all good in the relevant sense of the term. Because an all good being is one who maximally is opposed to evil and thus always prevents evil. And Xifer does not think God is all good in that sense.
No, hold on. But no Christian believes that God is like obligated to necessarily to prevent all evil. We
Well,
were Cartesian. Hold on,
well, I
Cartesian.
just
We were
take that
living
to
on
be
the
a type
live,
of
and like the entire panel.
empirical claim, and I've seen no data for that.
What are you talking about? This is just our
So
view.
whether or not
Hold on,
whether we
Cartesian.
think no Christian
No,
believes that,
dude,
I just
Cartesian.
take that to be a type of empirical
Cartesian.
claim, and I haven't seen
I
any
guys,
data
I don't want you
for
guys.
that. So
Look, I'm gonna
if you
start
have some
muting.
argument to make for that, I'd be happy to hear the argument. But
I don't need
assume
an
what you're doing
argument
is
for
you're
my
pulling
own
that straight
view.
up
You're
from your ass
critiquing
as
my
usual.
view,
Yeah,
Cartesian.
He doesn't need to. Yeah, he's just talking about his worldview at this point.
No,
Dude,
he made
like
the claim
no
that he made
Christian
the claim
holds that God is
yeah, we can say
obligated to
his
prevent
view
all evil
isn't as
necessarily.
such, right?
No Christian.
But he made the
No
claim that
Christian.
no
You are
Christian
on an entire
whatsoever
panel
holds
of
these commitments
Christians.
such that there is a
And hold
tension in their
on. No,
view.
I didn't say
And I
that
just
God
take
doesn't
that
have
to
any
be an
obligation.
empirical
Dude, oh
claim,
my.
a
Dude,
seriousness, one that would need to be
dude.
substantiated with some
Oh,
type of
Kylo, can you
evidence.
mute
Yeah,
Cartesian?
Cartesian, you gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill. But yes, you did posit the claim that all Christians. That's what you said.
Hold on. When obviously I'm being general. I'm not saying that there might
Okay,
be a Christian
that's
who's
why
like,
he said he wanted the data for all Christians because you said all Christians. But let's move past that because that's a goofy fucking argument. That's why I didn't want to get into
Yeah.
that. Well, let's just talk about your worldview specifically with good and evil.
yeah, there's nothing really to talk about. Like Cartesian, like all of them, I talk with these boys all the time. They know it doesn't work under my view, and my view is shared by majority of Christians.
Well,
So like,
wait, hold up. What's the data for that?
dude, obviously I'm being anecdotal. I'm not.
Okay, so then I don't understand why you would make claims like this if you can't defend
Dude,
them.
okay, you were on an entire panel filled with Christians, and they were all unanimously agreeing this notion of omnibenevolence is silly.
No, nobody even spoke. We didn't even speak about this. I mean, I don't know what you're talking
Oh
about.
my, bro, why does it matter? Like, just stop saying generally and just talk about yourself.
Okay. I'm just saying my view is shared by a lot of Christians. Let's just say that.
Okay, so the problem with evil doesn't work because your God isn't all good?
No, the problem with evil doesn't work because they try to argue from some perspective as if God is obligated to prevent all evils necessarily, and I don't hold to that
Wait,
view.
does he want evil?
Sorry, to be clear, we didn't even say all the idea. The idea is supposed to be that
Look,
God
I gotta go
acts.
soon, and I'm about to go to my own life, but I will
The idea
entertain
is
you
that
guys.
God acts
Wait,
to
hold on. I
prevent
will
all
entertain
evil,
you guys
right?
for a few minutes.
Because God is maximally opposed to evil, so God is going to act to prevent every instance of evil.
Yeah, no, like I said, I don't hold to that view. I don't hold to that view, and most Christians don't either. We don't hold to this view. That doesn't mean
he doesn't think God is
hold
opposed to
on,
evil.
dude, Cartesian, dang. That doesn't mean that he's indifferent to evil, because that's just not what we hold indifference or being opposed to something to be. God still opposes evil on an infinite and grand scale, infinitely so, infinitely more than any sort of human on the planet. So much so that he will fry your ass for all of eternity just for doing one sin. So to say God is not opposed to evil is just some weird statement to make.
Does God have the unconstrained
Hold on, look, my
ability?
mute button on this live is gone, and my parents are like, I've got stuff going on.
Does God
I'm
have
gonna
the
have to go soon.
unconstrained ability to prevent evil?
Huh?
Does God have an unconstrained ability to prevent evil?
It depends on what you mean by unconstrained. In some,
Unconstrained insofar as insofar as there's nothing external to God that's forcing him not to prevent evil, and there's no further rational consideration he has that motivates him not to prevent evil.
yeah, him motivating not to prevent evil would just be like his own internal standard. For the same reason that, for the same reason that, like with let's say you have a girlfriend, and let's say you want to be her like caretaker, and you want to prevent all the bad things in her life, and you can do that. But the woman says, actually, I don't want you to be my caretaker. Go away. I don't like you. F you. And then like middle fingers you. It's going to be the case that you ought not like be her caretaker after that point. And the thing is, all of humanity unanimously did that in the Garden of Eden. Because like literally, according to the view, all of humanity did that the moment that Adam specifically ate the
Yeah,
apple.
I get
So,
it,
so,
but
so wait, Cartesian,
dude, I get
just
the
please.
point. There's no
So
need to continue.
in that kind of, in a
Dude,
sense,
why do you
remove.
allow people to ramble like this? Do you think I know I don't understand what you're gonna say?
Yeah, sure.
There's
Okay.
like
So,
no
so
need to
what?
keep
So
talking once I get the point.
what's the rebuttal?
Yeah, so I was asking if he has an
I didn't mean to do that, honestly. I tried to mute my own mic, and that was Cartesian I clicked on.
yes, I was asking you if he has an unconstrained ability to prevent evil. If there's some higher rational consideration he has, I take that to be constrained. So the answer would be no, apparently, to my question.
Sure. Like sure. If they like, you're just asking me like when he prevents evil, it doesn't prevent evil. Does he have a reason for doing so? Like, sure, yeah.
No, I'm saying like, I'm saying, let's say if God were to prevent evil right now, would he be violating some other consideration that he also cares about if he were to prevent evil?
What? That's so vague. And what's, dude? That's way too vague
Okay,
for
well,
me.
let me give you an example. So, let's say like I were to, do nothing but play video games all day. If I were to make that decision, I would be violating some other value I have, namely my value to like get an education and go to college and stuff like that. So now I'm asking, take that video game analogy and apply it to God. Is God able to prevent? If God were to prevent evil right now, would he be violating some other value that he has?
What? Okay. What do you mean by what do you mean by
Would God
evil?
be? Would God be? Whatever you mean by evil.
Prevent like you doing what? What's immoral about you playing video games?
I didn't say anything. You're not getting the analogy. So here's my point. So if I were to play video games all day, I would be violating some other thing that I care about. So I would be preventing I'd be acting out of accord of some other goal I have, which is to go to college and get a degree. If I were to just play video games all day. Okay, so I take it that my action to play video games is constrained in some way by other values I have. And I'm asking you, okay, so presumably God could act to prevent evil. And the question
I
is,
don't even know what you're even trying
yeah,
to get at. I guess you're
what part
comparing
of what
to
I said was confusing?
everything.
Okay, yeah,
What?
that's not helpful. Which part did you not understand?
Every particular part.
That's not helpful. Like I said various
I don't
words that
even
you
know
do
what you're
understand. I
trying to
said words like
compare
the.
this to. I'm so lost. What are you even
Okay,
saying?
so let's just try to help like this seriously confused person out. Okay, so if I were to play video games every day, right? If I were to play video games every day, every
Okay.
moment of the day for the rest of my life,
Okay.
I would be I would be doing that at the cost of other things I care about, namely going to college. I
What?
might have the
I
value. I
don't know
might.
why that aspect is relevant, but okay.
Okay, so I'm giving an example. Okay, now
I understand.
so
But,
I'm not able to play video games all day without violating some other value I have. Okay, or without acting out of accordance with some other goal I have. Now the question is God able to prevent evil without acting of accord with some other goal he has? Just like I'm not able to play video games all day without acting out of accord with some other goal I have.
like, is God able to prevent evil without violating his nature?
Without violating some other goal he has.
Just that could be his nature.
If I may,
I'm just talking about the goals he has. Is he able to prevent evil without violating some other thing he cares about even more?
No, like what I'm saying is dude, it could be not within his nature to prevent a particular evil.
Okay, let me ask it this way. Is there anything that God cares about more such that preventing evil would actually no, let me rephrase the question. Is there anything God cares about that would prevent him from preventing evil?
Like that's the framing. Are you?
Right. So, do you want another example?
Yeah.
I think you cut out there. So, like for example,
Not in no, that's not a universal. That's in particular situation.
no, you cut out. You cut out. But my question was: is there anything God cares about that would prevent him from preventing all evil?
Something God cares. Like, is there a reason he doesn't prevent all evil? Yeah.
No, but I'm saying if by reason, do you just mean something God cares about?
Like what? Like give me an like violating some sort of like some violating. Wait, hold on. Him preventing all evil just wouldn't be. It just wouldn't be within his nature. It just wouldn't be loving in all cases. Not in all cases. If God didn't allow for us to have like free will, if he prevented evil so much so that like he prevented free will, it wouldn't be
Okay,
loving. So it
so
wouldn't be
it's not
within.
okay. So I think I'm getting to where. So are you saying that? Um, so you're saying something like this: preventing all evil would violate God's desire to give people free will.
Dude, I don't do this whole desire BS. What are you, dude? I don't,
Okay,
dude. I'm
are you
not about to
saying
talk to.
is
No,
the idea
we
that
could just do.
is the
It
idea that
violates
is the
his nature,
idea
so
is
he
the
doesn't do it.
idea is
It's
the
that
idea
simple.
yeah I don't is the idea that preventing evil would violate God's desire to give people free will. Is that the idea?
I don't, dude. That's just so incoherent to me. I don't even.
Yeah,
What are you?
what part of it is not being understood?
Every part. Like, what do you mean by like
Yeah,
desire to give people freely? Like, are you
yeah.
just
So,
saying? Hold on.
agents can want certain things, and they can perform actions that are out of accord with their desires. For example, if I want to get a good grade on a test and I party all day, I'm violating my desire insofar as I'm acting out of accord with my desire. Now the
I
question
don't.
is,
I don't agree. I don't agree with this framing or this.
now the
Wait,
question is,
Cartesian. Wait, I don't agree with
now the
this
question
framing with this
now the
dichotomy. Like,
question
Cartesian,
is,
hold on, Cartesian.
when
He's telling you what he
God,
doesn't
if God were
understand.
to prevent evil, would we,
Bro, Cartesian, wait. He's telling you what he
would
does
he,
not understand. You're just, at this point, you're just talking over people. We're not going to do
yeah,
that.
okay, so this guy's he's not understanding. I'm trying to clarify the question. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, just let him ramble? Like, what do you mean?
No,
He's
don't
the
let him
one who's
ramble.
having trouble understanding. I'm trying to explain it to him.
okay, so what's your question, brother?
Okay, the question is, would preventing evil violate his desire to
Please don't use the
give
term
people free
desire because
will?
that brings in so much baggage that I'm not that
Okay, so I already
ruins the
explained how the
language.
terms are being used. To violate, so your desire is to act in accord or to bring about a state of affairs that isn't in accord with that desire. And I even gave you an example. I gave you an example of me having a desire
Like
to
I
get a
said,
good grade
that's
on a
way,
test, but
dude.
me
When you
obviously
say
going to parties all day would be
Cartesian,
acting out of accord with my
Cartesian,
desire or violating the desire, right? Because that will bring about a state of affairs
Cartesian,
that I don't want to happen.
Cartesian. I'm gonna have to go like almost like now, but like dude, you're not, you're not, dude. Desire brings in way too much baggage to where
Is
if
there
you
some
use
part
that
of what I'm
word,
saying that you're not understanding?
yes, desire. I don't like I don't know what you're trying to
Oh,
invoke
you
when you
don't even
say
know
that.
what a desire is?
No, that's not
Okay,
what I'm saying.
okay,
I don't know the bag. You're bringing in so much baggage when you
okay.
use that term.
Do you
So I
understand?
would
Do you understand what a
prefer,
desire is?
dude, Cartesian.
Yes or no?
Can I speak?
Hold up. You're having problems understanding what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain what I'm saying to you, and you keep kind of weaseling away, saying that you actually don't like the language I'm using. I'm explaining the terms to you. I'm just trying to make sure you understand. Do you know what desire is?
As to what you mean by desire, that just holds a lot of baggage that I don't think is.
Do you understand what a
Oh, dude, I'm
desire
not
is?
dude, Cartesian. I'm not answering that question. Just let me clarify. So when you use the term desire, I'm not, that invokes so much baggage and there are so many entailments there, and there's
Okay.
too many for me to like think or like consider for you to like for me to like even really know what you're ultimately saying.
Okay, so you're saying
So
you're
when you say
okay.
like when God prevents evil, does that violate some sort of desire? Like I don't even know what you're getting at. What
Okay,
I would say,
are you saying that?
the
Wait, I just want
reason,
to
bro,
wait real
just
quick,
let me
just to be clear.
just
Are
let
you
me
saying that you?
clarify
Are you just saying you don't want me to use the term desire?
effectively, but like just
Okay,
bear
yeah.
out what
So
you're
when
saying.
you
It's
say
actually
okay, so
wait,
when you say
Cartesian.
that,
Oh my
hold up one
bro,
second, one
Cartesian.
second.
I'm
When you say
almost
that you don't want me to use the term desire, that don't want notion, that's what I mean by desire. So when you say that you don't want me to use the term desire, that's just the notion I'm talking about. When you say you don't want to, you're saying that's undesirable to you. Okay. So if you
okay. So you
wanted
just
me to
mean
use, so
once or
let's say,
don't. Okay, so ask the question again.
if you wanted me to use the term this way, that would mean that you desire for me to use the term that way. So it seems like you actually do understand the term.
No, I have a notion of the term. I just don't know what you're invoking when you say the term.
Okay, so when you say stuff like I want X, I want Y, I want Z, that's the concept I'm invoking.
Okay, so just say once then.
Well, okay, if you want to use the term want, fine, but like, Okay, so let's just be clear here. So if he were to, and by the way, I might at some point I might have to pause for like 1 minute and then I'll come back. But like, let's see if the question is, would he be violating some other want he has if he were to prevent evil?
Like, I wouldn't say like as far as some sort of outcome. I'm not that's kind of vague. As far as an outcome or an event, I wouldn't really necessarily say that. It's just a whole violation to what to who he is, to what
No,
love is.
of all the wants, so there's a lot of, or some set of things that he
I
wants,
don't
right?
I don't know
The
how you
question.
frame that into a want, like love,
Okay, wait.
a want,
I'll be back in 1 minute. I'll be back in
that's
1 minute.
that's just his nature. Like, for the reason that it's
Give me
just
one
not
minute.
within my. Yeah, no
Maybe,
problem. But just for the chat, for the
maybe,
audience, for everybody else, for the panel.
White.
For,
Maybe he's
hold on,
going.
wait.
Oh, come on.
Let me clarify, brother. For
Well,
for
hold on,
like
Xifer. Hold on, you
hold
clarified.
up.
We understand what you mean.
No. What do I mean, Tiny?
You're saying that God wants something but doesn't want something because it's love, which is a want, but somehow it's not a want.
No, what I'm saying is, like, it's just not within his nature. So, like, the same way, it's like if I say it's not within my nature to lie, that's just not. I wouldn't frame it like, oh, it's just undesirable for me to lie. Like, it's like that's something like I can't do. Like, for God, that's like he literally
Well,
cannot
then
do
you'd
that. He
have
doesn't
to
even
provide an
Tiny,
argument
Wait,
that
one
not
second. One second.
lying
dude,
or
I'm just
love is in
One
God's
second.
nature.
I can't
One
even.
second.
My
One
mute button
second.
is gone, and I had to go anyway, dude. This is so annoying, dude.
Yeesh.
Wait. Please don't end the live yet. Just give me like a few more minutes. I just want to try to figure something out. Okay. Let me just resume. Okay. So there's some class of things, right? There's going to be some class of things that he wants, and I'm asking, if he were to prevent every instance of evil, would that violate some other thing that he wants, some other want he has?
Like, I want to progress this conversation. I
Answer
think
that Xifer's trying to say is yes, but he just doesn't want to say it.
Was the answer yes or no?
once, sure, but like I wouldn't classify them as one.
No,
It's like it's violating his nature. Like, it just sounds like you're asking, is there some sort of reason that he doesn't prevent all evils?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and the
but I'm
reason
just
is
trying
going
to
to be it's not
understand.
within his nature. Like
But I'm
that's
just
really
trying.
all I'm trying to say. Like, it's not within his nature
Okay,
to do
but
so,
wait a
because
second.
it's not something he ought do. He ought
But
not prevent
I
all
didn't
evil.
use the word once. Okay, so
I know, but what I'm
so
trying
then
to
please stop trying
describe
to
as
like.
to why I'm like rejecting, because like I don't
Oh,
know what to say.
I
Like,
get the
to
point.
say that the idea that God doesn't, it's not within God's nature to prevent all evil. To say like, oh, he just doesn't want to prevent all evil. That's like a wrong framing.
Is there
It's just
some
not within
want
his
he
nature.
has that? Is there some other want he has that would be
Dude,
violated by
I'm saying
preventing
it's
every
kind of like a
instance of evil?
category error to frame this as in once or not once, dude.
Does God want
It's
things to
more
happen?
nuanced than that, is what I'm
Hey,
saying,
you
Cartesian.
keep
To
repeating
say
the same.
Wait, one
once,
sec. Okay, that's great. Wait, does God want things to happen?
does he want things to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so would it violate anything else God wants if he were to prevent every instance of evil?
Like I said, dude, this once or not once category is just
Yes, just answered it. Is it a yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
I don't even, dude. Like I said, it's like a category. It's like an incoherent question to me. It's
Okay,
like,
what part of the
do
question
you
is
eat? Do
incoherent?
you eat? Do you eat rubber chairs past Wednesday at 6 o'clock? Like, I don't
What
fucking
part
know.
of the question is incoherent?
Because once and one, because not everything, not God, all God's rationalizations are just wants him wanting an outcome,
Yeah, the
not
question
wanting an
doesn't
outcome.
assume that. The question is just
God,
asking.
hold
The
on,
question is just asking. Take the set of things,
Cartesian,
the set
calm
of
down,
wants God
dude.
has. In the same way,
Dude,
look,
can somebody
if
mute
we have
this man?
some, if we have some person, right, there are going to be certain
Just
wants we
listen.
have. For example, you want to go to church. You want to be a good person. You want to be kind to your friends. You want to be liked. You want to get better at like apologetics, whatever. Right? So, and that's going to be the same thing for God. There's going to be a class of wants God has. And all I'm asking you is, if God were to prevent every instance of evil, would it violate some want he has? And the answer is either yes or no. And you just haven't been given an answer to that question. If you think the question is incoherent, just tell me what part of the question is incoherent.
Yeah, because when you say that, like, I don't know, like, do you call it a want to say it's not within God's nature? Like, I don't. To me, that's not even. Yes, I am Xifer Retro.
You've already
It's
explained what a want is.
What Xifer? Are you just saying he can't?
can't what?
That he just instead of wants, you're just saying you're not saying he doesn't want to. You're just saying he can't because it's going against his nature.
Yeah, he can't prevent all evils because
Well,
it goes against his
before we
nature.
get there, I just want to establish this point first. Would it violate any other thing he wants if he were to?
What?
What part? Look,
Yeah,
what part
Cartesian.
of
So
the question are you not understanding?
we're not making progress with the way you're phrasing it. It appears.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
dude,
I've
yeah,
not
the way
only
you're
he
phrasing that is
understands
just,
what a
I'm never
want
gonna
is.
have
He
an answer.
understands that. We already went
Like,
through
we
that.
will
He
eternally not
understands
have
what it
an answer
means
to
for
that
something to
question if we
violate a
just
want.
phrase it in
So
that
he
way.
understands
I
the
don't,
question, and it seems like there's just some refusal to answer it now.
dude. I don't even know. I don't, like I said, I don't even fully know what that means, and because I'm just
Okay,
not,
you don't.
you're
Which
just
term do
gonna
you
have
not
to
know?
have
Wait, well, hold up. You said you don't
it.
know what something means. Which term?
So, like when you say, I don't believe that, like when you put it in the category, like as to
No, no, no,
why
no.
God,
You said you don't
because
know
the
what
way,
something means. What are
dude,
you? What is
oh,
it that you don't understand?
dude, bro, if you're not gonna listen, I'm just
No,
gonna go because I should have
just
been
say the
gone.
term that you don't understand. Don't like go on. Just say what you don't understand. What word?
So let me try to tell you where the confusion's coming from. So ultimately, I don't think that everything like God is like looking at, like he's looking at which outcome is better, because I don't even think that's how God does things. I don't
But
even
that was
think,
suggested in my question.
dude, I didn't even say that, please.
Okay, so then it's just going to be
So,
relevant for you answering my question.
dude, yes it is,
No, if my
because
question doesn't, if my question
oh
doesn't
bro,
make that
somebody
assumption,
mute this
or if that
man.
doesn't turn on my question,
Oh, Kylo,
then
like
you
why,
saying that is
this man,
irrelevant to you
like
giving
I
an
want to
answer to what
have
I'm asking you.
progress, but this man just keeps yapping. I'm not trying to, dude. I just want to answer the question, but he's just not doing it.
All right, let's give
Okay,
him
so
let's give him
I've
look.
explained
Let's give
all
him
the notions in the
25
question.
seconds.
You understand what a want
Cartesian.
is. You understand
I'm
what it
gonna
means
give
for
him
something.
25 seconds
You
to
understand
establish
what it
the
means for something to
confusion.
violate the want. What part of the question do you not get?
All right. So what I'm saying is, it's to me kind of like a category error to say like God just either does this because he like wants or not wants, or like it's violating something he wants. To me, it could just be not within his nature, and it's not about like wanting or not wanting.
Nothing in my question
Dude,
presupposes any of what you
oh,
just said.
dude, oh my bro.
So can you answer the question or not?
No, I can't answer the question because you're not being
Okay,
clear. Because and you won't
which
let me clear
word,
up the.
is there a term in the question you understand?
No, I think the baggage you mean by the question is just erroneous.
Are you saying that the question is a loaded
I
question?
think you're asking the question meaning something, but you have this sort of
Is
you have
is the
you
question, is the claim that
dude.
the question is
Why
loaded?
can't I ever, dude? He asked me a question, then asked me another question
Is
before
the
I'm even done
okay? So
answering the
you
first
said there.
question.
Okay, let's just go one by one. So you said that you understand the terms in the question. Do you
And
think the
oh my
question is
bro,
loaded?
I do. Yeah, it depends on what you mean by loaded, but I
When
do.
I say the question is loaded, I take that to mean that there's some assumption in the
Yes,
question that you don't
yes.
accept.
The
Okay, what is the
question,
assumption there?
yeah, the question is loaded, yes, and it has these, and I feel like you're framing it
What
in
is
the
the assumption? Don't ramble. Just tell me what proposition is being assumed.
yeah. So just let me go on. So please don't interrupt. Just let me
I
have
just
an
want
answer.
a proposition.
Now,
Don't ramble, please.
dude,
Just give me no meta. Just a proposition.
the more you obfuscate, the less the we
Just
could.
stop doing this meta.
You
What is
know
the
what,
proposition it's
Cartesian?
assuming?
Just because you just want to interrupt every 2 seconds, let's do this forever. Let's just we could do this as long.
Don't make me look.
I
Don't
don't
make
know
me
the
mute you.
proposition at
What
this
is the
point because
proposition?
Cartesian keeps interrupting me every 2 seconds.
Can somebody mute him, please?
Dude, if you mute me, I'm
Okay.
permanently muted and I won't be
Yeah.
able to unmute.
Yeah. Look, you made
So
the
so
claim
you
that the
have to
question
keep me
was loaded. I
unmuted,
just
or else
take
I'm
that to
just gonna have
mean
to leave because I won't
there's
be able to
some
unmute because my
proposition
mute
being
button is
assumed in the
jammed.
question that you
My mute
reject.
button
What is
doesn't
that
work.
proposition?
Okay,
Don't say
listen.
anything. Just say a
Pause right there.
proposition.
Pause right there. Pause right there. So, like he said, Xifer, which specific proposition is an assumption on what Cartesian is saying?
So he's assuming like this dichotomy of like anytime God like rationalizes a sort of action, one, it's based on the outcome, which I don't agree with. He's also assuming that it's based off of everything he does is just like off of like this once or not once. It's rather it's like the idea doesn't even exist and it's just not within his nature and he has no potential for that even to occur.
I did not make
So
that assumption in the question. Okay, you can answer it now. The question does not assume that.
It does because if I answer the question, then it's going to turn out when you bring further propositions from the questions.
The question doesn't assume that. I'm
Oh
saying the question doesn't make that assumption.
yes,
Now, can you answer the question?
it does, bro. Like for the sake of argument, I could say like it violates.
You know that if you were to like, no, the
Like
alternative to
I could
this is that
say,
if you were to
Cartesian,
actually try to show formally that the
I could
question
say
makes that
him
assumption,
preventing
you
all
wouldn't be able to
evils.
do so.
Wait,
Like, why would
him
you want to die on a
preventing.
hill like this?
Oh my bro, him preventing
OJ,
all evils.
I'll come back later, man.
I
See you
appreciate
around.
you. Take care, Tapia.
You too. Bye bye.
God preventing all evils could prevent some sort of like I guess it could like It just wouldn't be loving. So I guess
My
love is
claim
like
is
a
that
want.
the
So
question I'm asking you doesn't assume that proposition.
that's cool, but it does. And we're about to
Okay,
see
so
that.
what's the argument that the question makes that assumption?
Yeah, so the argument would be premise one. When people make the all things considered argument, they do it with the baked in assumption that when God allows something, He's prescribing that to an external world. Premise two: God does not. When God allows something, He's not prescribing that to the external world. Conclusion: you're assuming BS when you ask these questions
Yeah, that
because
argument's
that's what you're
just,
trying
first
to
of all, the
lead to.
argument's just invalid.
That's what
But the
you're. That's
argument is
hold
just
on,
invalid. Second of all, if you
Cartesian.
were
That's just what you're
insinuating
just
that
trying to
I
lead
was
to.
making an argument, I wasn't making an argument. I was asking you a question. And so if there's a
No,
premise
you're
involved that
asking. No, hold
assumes
on,
that I'm
Cartesian.
making an
You're
argument,
asking me a
that premise will
question
be
so you
false.
can
But the
make
argument
the
you gave
argument
is
of the
not even valid
property.
anyway.
And
And of course,
what
I
I'm
wouldn't even
saying, hold
expect you
on.
to give a valid argument. No, he knows what's going on. He knows what's going on. He realizes like, because look, he understands the notions. They were both explained. So that weasel hole like didn't work because he understands the notions.
Yeah,
And
but
now
I
he's just
think
trying
he's
to like
just
weasel from the question.
it seems like he's just equivocating, right?
No one's equivocating.
Because the concept of the good,
I don't even
right?
think they know what equivocation
This
is.
is what Danny got to, right? That the ordinary concept of the good is that you don't stand there with your arms folded when something bad happens, right? And so he just wants to say, oh
Who
well,
said that God does that? It just means not prevent. Like I don't know why you guys assume that like God's like chill when evil
well, wait a
happens.
minute. Do you agree?
He does this
Do
shit.
you agree
Wait,
that
he
what
just
it
made that claim. He
means?
just said sitting there with arms folded. Like, what are you talking about? That's a.
Well, do you agree that what it means for an agent to be good in the ordinary case is that they seek to intervene to when bad things are happening?
Not necessarily. So
All else
what I think
equal. I
it
didn't say
means.
anything
Hold on.
about necessarily. I said all else equal. Do you understand what that means?
Yes, yes, I do. So Jack, what I'm saying is
Okay.
what it
Yes
means
or
to.
no?
Yeah. So when you say an agent is good, what are you referring to? Are you referring to morality? Are you referring to things like skill? Are you
Yeah,
referring to like?
morality. Yeah, I'm talking about morality.
Yeah. So
So do
what
you
it simply
agree
what it
that
means
what it
for an agent to
is?
be good is to just be in accordance with the values of love, justice, and righteousness. Or for the sake of argument, we could just reduce this to like a moral good is just something you ought do. Um, just for the sake of argument, I don't really necessarily believe that, but for the sake of argument, I reduce it there so that we actually have something to work with. So, good, like morally, we could just say it's just what you ought do, and that's going to be relative to the agent. What an agent ought do is going to be different from another. What Jessica ought do is going to be different from what Billy ought do. That doesn't mean I'm equivocating on some sort of notion of good. That doesn't mean that at all. It still
What's
means the
the
same
answer to
thing
my
what they ought
question?
do.
What's the answer to my question?
I clarified. So I
Did you
no longer
understand what my
remember.
question was? Did you
I
understand
no
what my
longer
question was? Repeat my
Jack. For the
question back to me. Repeat it
yeah.
back to
So
me because I didn't get an answer to my question. What was my
can I
question?
speak? Can I speak?
Yeah. Yeah. Repeat
So
my
yeah,
question back to me.
yeah. So if only I could speak, can I speak?
Yeah. Repeat my question back to me. I'm asking you to speak.
So I'm
Repeat
not gonna
my
repeat the
question
question
back
back.
to me. Oh, you're
Oh,
not. Okay. So I'm just going to
dude,
have to repeat the question
dude?
myself,
Oh,
right?
Kylo, dude? Why? I just never can say a word, dude. So, oh, Kylo,
Because you
so
didn't answer the fucking question, asshole. You didn't answer the fucking question. What's the answer to my question?
So you're talking about what does good mean and how I'm not equivocating. So what I was doing is, hold on, what I was doing is I was giving you how it works under my paradigm and how it's not an equivocation. So I no longer remember directly what
I asked
verbatim
you
what
a,
you're dude, oh my
Wait,
dude,
wait,
like
wait.
dang, dude. So I no
asked you a
longer
yes or no
remember.
question.
Oh my heavens, dog. So I no longer remember.
Mod, stop muting, Jack.
Wait. Keep
I'll
muting, Jack,
repeat the
so I can
fucking
actually get
question.
my
I'll
words
repeat
off.
the question. I'll repeat the question that I asked, right? When I ask you a question, what I want you to do is answer the fucking question, right? So I started with the question. You said a bunch of stuff that didn't answer the fucking question, right? So rather
Go
than
ahead.
say a bunch of stuff that doesn't answer the fucking question, next time I ask the question, which I'm about to repeat, right? Just answer the fucking question. It was a yes or no fucking question. Do you agree that a morally good agent acts, all else equal, to prevent evils from obtaining? Yes or no?
Not necessarily, bro. Like, what do
What
you
do you think
know?
all else equal means?
So it means no other. It means you're removing all other factors. So
Yeah. So all other factors. All other
vague.
factors. Okay. So if all competing considerations are removed, can you be a good person without acting to intervene to prevent evils from obtaining? Yes or no?
You could. This is what I mean.
Yes
Like,
or no?
yes, I said yes. God damn it, dude.
Okay, so
Like, damn,
what do you fucking mean
dude.
by a good?
Like, all of
What
that,
does it
all of
mean?
that shit
Hey,
is
hey, 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 hey,
relative.
hey!
Like,
I
all
don't
of
want to
that
hear
shit
anymore.
depends.
I don't want to
Hold on,
hear
Jack,
anymore. You're saying
Jack.
yes. You're
And they
saying
can't mute. They
yes.
can't mute me. They
You're
can't mute me
saying
either.
yes.
Hey, because if
You're
y'all mute me, I'm
saying
permanently
yes.
muted because my mute
Shut the
button is
fuck
gone.
up.
Guys,
Shut the
guys,
fuck
So
up.
Jack,
both of you guys
Shut
got
the
wait,
fuck up.
now I can just
Shut
now I
your
can speak.
fucking mouth.
No, I can speak louder than you, and I'm just gonna keep speaking.
Mods, will you stop him?
No, they.
bro, Xifer, chill.
Yeah,
Guys,
so here's the question. What the fuck do you
bro,
mean by
Xifer, chill.
good? What the
Yeah, so
fuck do
here's
you
the
mean
question.
by good?
Here's Xifer.
What the fuck do you mean by good, right? If all else equal, you can be good without intervening to stop evil. You're just saying, right, that good isn't opposed to evil, right? And that God, therefore, is a morally indifferent being. How many times do we fucking have to go over this? The logical problem of evil targets a God who is not a morally indifferent being. You're saying, you fucking idiot, right, that to be good doesn't mean that you're not indifferent to evil, right? Because you're saying all else equal, right? If you're fucking good, you don't have to do anything to stop evil and still be good. All else equal, right?
Hey,
That fucking,
don't
hey,
mute
I'm
my
not
mic.
finished talking, asshole. That means, hey, I'm not
dude.
finished
Jack, these
talking,
are just
asshole.
false
Hey,
pretenses,
hey, hey, I'm still fucking talking. Okay?
bro. This man
I'm
is
still
crashing
fucking
out.
talking. Shut your
Yeah.
mouth. Shut your mouth while I'm
Let him
talking.
finish. Let him
Right?
finish.
Now, in the sense of indifference specified here, your God is an indifferent God. Right? Because we're understanding good as a property. Hey! Hey, we're understanding good. Hey! We're understanding good as a property of a being, right, that is all else equal, opposed. Good. Let him fucking leave, that fucking dishonest asshole. We're understanding good as a property that if a being has it, all else equal means they're opposed to evil. If you're denying that, right, your God is not targeted by the argument, right? Because the argument targets a being that is not indifferent to evil, right? But definitionally, right, you're saying that a good being can be indifferent to evils. Definitionally, right?
Are
So what is
you
there to fucking talk about? You
are you
have
done?
some crazy concept of the good. Nobody knows what the fuck it means,
Yeah.
right?
Jack, 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 Jack,
Hey,
Jack,
hey, I'm
Jack, calm down, Jack. Wait. I'm gonna let him rebuttal to what you said, Jack, just so I can make sure we're progressing.
I just want to make my point, right? Which is that nobody fucking knows what it means to say a being is good, where good, where good is consistent with indifference to evil, right? But whatever that means, right? And I think it's just a fucking bunch of gibberish that I'll never be able to explain, right? Whatever that means, it's not targeted by the fucking argument, right? Whatever this notion of good is that he has, where good is consistent with indifference to evil, right? Whatever the fuck that is, if that's what he means when he says God is good, then it's not targeted by the argument. It's just some fucking gibberish notion of what a God is and what it means to say that he's good. Try fucking explaining that.
All right, go for it, Xifer.
All right, dang. Like y'all meant let this man go on a tirade. Also,
No, just attack what he said. Just attack what he said.
yeah, I do need to clarify some things. You guys, if you guys mute me, it like messes up my
No, you're
TikTok.
good. You won't be muted.
All right. So, okay. So addressing what he said. So one, many Christians hold to my notion of God that like he's just not obligated to prevent necessarily all sins. Also, good, like the way you're using the word good, like it just sounds like what good is reducible to what you mean is just preventing evils. Like I don't believe good is just reducible to preventing evils, which is why I answered yes to your question, because it just is not necessarily the case. Different agents in Christianity have different oughts, because if I'm a man, I ought to go to the men's restroom, not the woman's restroom in Christianity. If I am a woman, I ought to go to the woman's restroom. We don't hold the same obligation. Not all different agents hold different obligations. A lawyer is going to hold a different obligation to a police officer, but the good is just going to mean the same thing. It's just what they ought do. However, for the sake of argument anyway. However, it can be different relative to the person, relative to your role in manifesting the good, which is just going to be love, justice, or righteousness. And God has a different role in doing that. So God's role in manifesting love, justice, or righteousness, an entailment of that is not preventing necessarily all evil and suffering. Actually, he has morally sufficient reason to allow those things and then uses them for the purposes of love, justice, and righteousness. That's not to say it's loving when I get like shot or something. That's not to say that, but he'll use that for the end goal of love, justice, and righteousness. So what I'm getting at is most Christians hold to this notion that different people have different moral oughts, and that we're still using good the same way. It's just what you ought to do. So good isn't like reducible, like in this all things equal sense to just do you prevent evils? And what you mean by oppose necessarily is do you prevent evils? And no, not necessarily. Christians don't necessarily have to prevent all evils. It says in the Bible to stay out of the way of the wicked, don't stand in their way. So you don't really have to go and like stop the wicked from like being wicked. They're just gonna be wicked, and that's just what it is. That's not God's goal. That's not our goal. Our goal isn't like prevent all evils. The goal rather is manifest. It's more of like a deontological, more of a virtue ethicist position of our goal is to manifest the kingdom of God, manifesting love, righteousness, and justice. That is our goal as Christians, to manifest these things and to love God with all of our heart, soul, and strength, and to love your neighbor. So we don't have it just doesn't work in that way that you're insinuating. God's goal, ultimate end goal, is not prevent all evil. That's not what omnibenevolent means. Most Christians don't hold to this view that I see on this app. I talk to Christians. I've never heard of a Christian that believes that God is obligated to prevent sin. So it's not like some sort of nonsensical notion that I'm invoking here. It's actually the standard Christian view, actually. Literally, Trey.
Okay, pause right there. Pause right there. Do you guys disagree with what he's saying, or does it follow?
Yeah, he did. I disagree. He's talking out of fucking both sides of his mouth. It's just dishonest fucking equivocation. Did I fucking say at any point necessarily? What do you think all else equal means, you fucking dumbass? Did I say anything about necessarily? Hey! Did I fucking say? Hey! Shut your fucking mouth! Did I say anything about necessarily there? I said the fucking opposite, you fucking asshole. Right? I said all else equal, that's what good means. All else equal.
No,
right? Hey!
good
Shut your mouth
reducible
while
to
I'm talking.
preventing
I'm not
evils,
done
dude.
talking. I'm not fucking done talking, you fucking asshole. Okay? I said all else equal. You understand what that fucking means? It means not necessarily. It fucking means not necessarily, you fucking idiot.
Jack,
right?
Jack,
And then you said,
Jack, this is me talking. Calm down. Listen, let's just refrain from using these outlandish terms, right? Just attack the argument. Let's not call them.
Yeah, so the point is, right, all else equal means not necessarily, right? It means not fucking necessarily. And he said that I said that the definition of good means that you necessarily stop all evils, right? When I said the fucking opposite, you fucking dishonest equivocator. Right. So now address the position that I gave, right? Not some fucking stupid, dishonest straw man of my view.
Okay, no problem. So when you're saying good, like you're just saying like generally, like do good people prevent evils? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying in the absence of competing considerations, what it means to be good is that you oppose evil, right?
Right, and
There's
by
no
opposing
fucking
evil, you
necessity
mean
there.
preventing-
Yeah.
and you just mean preventing. Okay,
If you can, if you can,
So you're asking is a good way to represent what you're asking, because these terms tend to be a little off. Do you just mean do good people generally prevent evil?
No, it means, I'm saying, is what it means to be a good person, that in the absence of considerations, when you can, right, you act to oppose evils.
Like, I don't even, not, dude, like I said, sometimes yes, not necessarily. There are evils that I can't
Right.
stop, that you
Right.
can
So
stop, and
you're
not bad.
saying, right. So you're saying in the absence of any competing consideration, it's consistent with being good to do fucking nothing about stopping evil, right? In the absence of any fucking consideration, right, that would compete with your motive to stop it, right? There'd be nothing wrong with not stopping it. It wouldn't mean you weren't
But
good.
it's
Even
not
though,
necessarily
even though you had the power to do something about it, right? There wouldn't be anything about you that was not good, right? That's what you're fucking saying, right?
Yeah, you don't have to stop all sin.
I didn't say anything about having to stop all sin. I see, now you're fucking doing it again, right? I didn't fucking say you have to stop all sin, right? You keep deliberately strawmanning my view when I said nothing
Hold on,
about necessity,
then just
right?
clarify it better, dude. Just put it in more basic, reducible terms.
Yeah,
So when you ask,
again, I'm going to
are
say
you
exactly
asking me,
what I
did
said before.
generally good
I'm saying,
people
no,
prevent sin?
I said no. I'm saying this, right? What it means to be good, right, is in the absence of a competing consideration, right? If you have the power to stop evil, right, you would have to do it.
Dude, oh my, dude, that's. Are you saying is good reducible to that?
I'm asking if that's what it means to be a good person.
That's like what? It's like that's not what being a good person is defined by.
Again, could you be a good person, right, if there were no competing considerations, right, with respect to intervening to stop evil, right, and not stop it when you could do so?
Okay, the way that you're phrasing
It's
the
a yes or
claim,
no
it's kind of
question.
hold on because this question is just off. So, you're saying like universally like stop evil. That's like vague. So there
I
like
just said all else equal. How many times do I have to fucking tell you that? I said all else equal,
Can you, Jack?
right?
Can you calm down, brother?
You keep fucking saying, right, universally, when I'm saying the fucking opposite. I'm saying the
Brother, you're just
fucking
saying as a
opposite.
general dude. It's like I don't know what it means to say. Like it's either universally or like in some instances. Like it's like what do you mean? Which one? In some instances or universally?
I'm saying in the absence of competing considerations. How many times do I have to fucking repeat it?
In the
I said that
yes,
fucking
in
10
the
times
absence of
today.
competing considerations.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what does that mean?
What that means is that there could be cases, right, where intervening to stop some evil, could incur some greater harm, some greater evil, right? But in the cases where there are no greater evils that would be incurred, right, or no possible greater goods that would be prevented, right, you'd be morally obliged to act, to intervene, to prevent the evil from obtaining.
Yeah. So are you drawing this thing on what it means to be good and that they must act in this way? Are you saying they must act in this way universally or in some instances?
What the fuck are you talking about? I'm saying in instances where there are no competing considerations, they must act
I
this
know
way.
in those situations because that depends on like are you saying universally or in some instances when there's no competing considerations.
Pick any instance, right? The agent has a choice. Should I intervene or not? Right? Now, if there are no competing considerations, right, is it the case that if his not intervening would entail some evil, right, should the agent, or must the agent, right, morally, if he's morally good, right, if he has the power to intervene, must he do so?
Yeah, dude. This is why I keep asking you universally.
What's the answer? He just said it can be in some instances. So answer the question.
Yeah. I'll answer it to the best of my ability. But Jack is just gonna like need a Snickers again. I don't even know. Like, bro. So sometimes it depends on the situation. It's dependent on the situation, Jack. Which is why I keep asking universally or not universally. Which is why I keep answering the way I do. Like, let's just say it's a lie. Lying is evil. You don't have to prevent lying even if you could. If I'm going to see that like my brother's going to lie about something, whether or not I had the ability to stop him from lying is so irrelevant. You don't have to do that. You're not obligated to do that because even in the Bible, it says you don't have to stand in the way of the wicked. If my brother wants to be wicked, he can be wicked. I'm not obligated to stop him from doing that. Whereas like if my brother was like, or if like some like guy was about to like murder like half like the mall population, and if I can stop that with like no harm or no realistic harm to myself, then yes, I am obligated to stop that in all possible worlds.
Okay, pause right there. That's what he was asking. That's what Jack was asking. You saying yes. Jack, was that an answer?
Well, it just sounds like he's saying that God's moral perfection is compatible with him being indifferent to evils, right? And that's just not targeted by the argument. Now, I have no
Well, dude, y'all,
idea.
y'all
I have
muted me.
no
Messed up my
idea.
TikTok. I'm gonna
I have no idea what he means by good and evil, right? If he doesn't understand the two as incompatible, right? I have no fucking idea what he means by that. It just seems to be a bunch of fucking gibberish, right? But whatever he means by it, if he doesn't understand those two things as being incompatible, if he doesn't understand good beings as being opposed to evils, right? So necessarily obligated to act where they can when an evil will obtain if they don't intervene, right? In the absence of any competing moral consideration. If he doesn't understand good and evil in that way, he's just saying God is a morally indifferent being. And
Okay.
that's not targeted by the problem of evil, right?
right there.
Now, when he
Okay,
says
but the way you guys
God is
define
good,
very-
when he says God is good, who knows what that fucking means?
Hold on. I wanna ask like everyone else on the panel, like, do you guys feel like we should continue? Is this progressive, or I want to hear some thoughts from everyone else.
I mean, I'm still not convinced Xifer knows
so
what all things considered means.
yeah, so most like Christians that you speak to, they hold this view that I'm giving you. And with that being the case, like when you say God is morally indifferent, like that's kind of a term that you've like made, like really what it ultimately means, what it's reducible to is, does God want to prevent all evil? And the answer is like clearly, axiomatically, self-evidently, whether you're an atheist or a Christian, the answer to that is no. So like most Christians don't hold to a God that is morally obligated to prevent all evil necessarily. There are some evils that he's actually obligated not to prevent. So he doesn't have to prevent us from sin.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Hold on. Can we get
Nobody
an
cares.
explanation of what
Hold on,
y'all
let me
mean
let me
by
let me make my
all things
case.
considered?
Wait. Look.
I'll slap you, bitch.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the empirical claim.
So when
Nobody
you say
cares.
this is
Hey,
kind of gibberish, you're kind of just saying like the Christian views is gibberish if they don't hold. Dude, Jack, I wasn't done yet. I wasn't done.
Finish your fucking speech, asshole.
No problem. Like, dang, dude, you need to calm down, bro. Like, bro's going full Discord mod. Like, chill. All right, no, brother. No, you're just seared by the standard. You're just seared by the standard Christian inception of who God is, and it sears this argument. And the argument, so much so to where the argument isn't even targeted by it.
Xifer, ask him
But
to get an
Christians just
explanation.
hold this view. So,
Can we get an explanation of what all things considered means? Like, what does that mean? Bro, I'll slap you. Stop talking, bitch.
Bro, guys. No, stop.
Hold on, keep Jack up.
I'll slap you in real life.
Stop. Monkeyboy, chill. Monkeyboy, chill. We're not gonna argue nothing else. But so, Xifer, can you continue your point?
Yeah. So like this argument doesn't this argument doesn't even target biblical Christianity, is what I'm saying. This doesn't target because there's so many.
Nobody's
verses
asking you that.
Oh my!
Nobody's
dude.
asking you that.
Dude,
You
chill,
keep fucking
dude,
saying
just
that.
chill out.
Nobody gives a
Chill,
fuck.
bro.
Nobody gives a fuck if you don't.
Look
Hey,
at atheists
are
and
you
how they
gonna
panic when
are
they
you gonna
realize their
finish? Are you
arguments
gonna
don't-
finish your fucking speech?
Dude. Okay, so your argument doesn't even target biblical
I
Christianity.
told you nobody gives a fuck about that.
Cool. So when you say like I have like this idiosyncratic view, hopefully I'm using the term right, that like just no one really
I'm not
holds
asking
to
you
it.
that either.
It's absurd. Hold on.
Look,
I
you've
didn't
already
say
said
it.
all this.
Dude.
You've already said all this.
Dude, like can Jack chill out? There's an audience. You're not the freaking main character, bro.
Wasting our fucking time with bullshit. Look, let's just get a couple of things clear, right? You've registered, right, with no evidential support, your view that what you're saying is something that other Christians believe, right? I don't give a fuck about that, right? I don't fucking believe that. You haven't fucking supported it. I don't fucking care. You've said it already multiple times. Hey, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. I'm not fucking done yet. I'm not fucking done yet. What is your fucking what is your fucking what is your fucking
Let him finish.
what is your fucking problem?
Exactly, let him finish. We don't want him to get heart attack, please.
Yeah. Just don't talk when I'm talking, asshole. So, you've made that point. You don't fucking need to repeat it. I don't give a fuck whether you think other Christians standardly hold this view. I'm not asking you about that, okay? So you don't need to fucking repeat it anymore and waste our time with that garbage, right? Now, what's at issue here is that you think, right, that it's consistent with God's moral perfection, that